All right, this is our lesson 5. Do we have anybody here that has not earned their fast track badge yet? Are we going to have some exciting news? Because today we're going to go through the test and somebody's going to earn their life-saving digital fast track badge if they haven't earned it. Does anybody here not earn the fast track badge? We're going to do the test together. Anyone? So goodness, all week, y'all just heard me teach repetitiously and redundantly, haven't. Hopefully you picked up on something. Vicky, they picked up on something, didn't they? Surely something.
Absolutely, I always do.
Good deal. All right, everybody's earned it. All right. Did anybody see yesterday's meeting about the new report card feature? Start reminding everybody, partners, faithfully fit members, we need data. So if you haven't been journaling, we need you to start journaling. Jennifer, we've got a new feature that pops out there as soon as we get enough data. So it basically grades on the 4 components of 360-degree wellness, which is faith. So you'll have a daily devotion. That hadn't popped up yet. Right now, the morning prayer serves as your daily devotion. Then you have nutrition, live class attendance once a week, earning your fast track badge, very important on your report card. We know that's what works. And then you have exercise, getting your walking in or your exercise repetitions or your stretching and logging it in your journal. And then finally, supplementation. If you don't want to take our recommendations of Peak and Collagen Boost, then pick out your own. You know, I think you may want to go to GNC. You may believe in that product, but you need to fill in your nutrient deficiencies and gaps. That you got to do that. And then if you do that, there's points relegated to each of those components every day. And at the end of the week, once we start collecting data, your report card will pop up to give you some areas of strength and to show you some areas of weakness where we can bring you back to center. You know, center yourself and get, because life is going to pull you off center. So the report card will kind of give you a good assessment. And it's just like school. I know a lot of us never wanted to go back to school, but you have needs improvement. You have a C, which is average, B, which is a little above average, and then you have an A, those that are excelling. If we can all, I got a feeling I see some people that's going to excel. The report card's probably going to drive you crazy because you have to make an A. And you know what? I love it. So if I can get more of you to do those things, the better success that you're going to have.
As long as conduct is not a part of it, I'll do okay. But
Conduct's
every
not a
report
part.
card, every report card I ever had said she talks too much. Imagine that.
Yeah. I wish I could fill out that report card. We could tell on Brother Will. Brother Will, he's always causing a disturbance by throwing spitballs in the classroom. I'm teaching my son how to make oatmeal over the phone. Good deal. Jennifer, it will be found in your journal. It's collecting data right now. It has to have enough data to start doing that. But then in your journal where you've got your what type of day and all that good stuff by notes, your report card will be over there. But we got to get the data going so that it can look at it. All right, we'll get started. This is lesson 5. So quick review. Monday, we tackled the why. Tuesday, we started tackling the bulletproof shield. Wednesday, the categories. More about that yesterday. Now we're getting into how to put some meals together. So we're going to do some true false, then we're going to go take our test. All right, we're going to go through that test, and it always creates some great discussion. So based upon your food combinations, let's pull that up. I know you haven't committed all those foods in the categories to memory yet, but that's okay. That's okay. I guess I'll show, because there are people that are quiet here that won't say anything. So let me show you where to find that. So when you log into the website and you go to resources, you can find almost everything on the website in the journal or in resources. So resources, advanced combination chart, and then you got your legend down here. This is the foundation of the physiological aspects of our program. The physiological is not as important as the faith element, the spiritual element. It's not as important. Because to know what to do and do it not is not going to get us anywhere. You got to not only know what to do, but do what you know. Here we've got our food combination chart. We also have to have it. You got to be a good mesh of Tigger plus Eeyore. Eeyore was really smart, but he wasn't very zealous. My money's on Tigger. Tigger wasn't too bright, but he had enthusiasm. If I got to pick one, I'd rather have a Tigger student than an Eeyore student. Amen. Unfortunately for me, I was pretty much Eeyore for many years of my life, but I still have to fight Eeyore with fabricating Tigger from time to time. But what we want is a good mesh of both. We want Tigger and Eeyore. We want zeal and we want knowledge. And it's like the tortoise and the hare story. There was a great study that came out years ago about the myth, dispelling weight loss myths, and it was a good one. I don't remember where it was, but I read it. I know that I read it, and it said the myth is that losing weight fast, you'll always put it back on, or that it's unhealthy. They found out it was right the opposite. People that got off to a fast start and kept that momentum, they were more likely to keep their weight off than the people who lost it slow, because those that lost it slow never got the momentum. Both groups typically gain their weight back. That goes back to the faith element. But what we want is to be the tortoise and the hare, right? The tortoise was steady. Busy as bee, cheerful as a cricket, steady as a clock, was steady. And the hare was fast. We want to be both. Don't you want to be both? Well, I think losing 10% of your body weight in your first month is fast. Then we have to be steady. It's going to be 0.5% up to 1% a week, more like 1%. So that's something we have to be braced for. You do not, hear the old bald-headed man, you do not lose weight if you're using the bathroom scales as your guide. You do not lose weight every day. If you're doing the program, you do lose fat every day, every single day. Does that connect for y'all, or do you have a question about how can that be? If you're following the program, you lose fat every day. So let me ask you this, true or false? You can weigh in on Monday morning and be 200 pounds. You can have a perfect day having cocoa ringa for breakfast, an extreme one, a light salad with hemp hearts for lunch, and for dinner, fish and broccoli, and then wake up Tuesday morning and be 201 pounds. But yet you've lost fat. Can that happen, true or false? Absolutely. How did you gain weight but lose fat?
Water, glucose.
Water. There's more than 8 pounds in a gallon of water. If you're holding just a little bit, if you're holding a quarter cup of water throughout your throughout your sponge, if you hold on to a quarter cup, which is a little inflammation, or that time of the month, if you hold on to just a little bit of it, it will mask the fat loss that you experienced. As long as we have the mentality that the bathroom scales are telling the truth about our effort and our results, we will always give up prematurely. This is a lifestyle, and it will come off in chunks. You will literally, I know somebody could share this story right now. You could literally be just absolutely nailing it and plateauing for 4 days in a row and then lose 4 pounds because the water came off. It's like high tide, low tide. So if your results are the shore, the sand, during high tide, you can't see the beach, right? And then during low tide, you can see the beach. That's the way our bodies work. We're always retaining, releasing, but all the time you're losing fat if you're having perfect days. How do we gain fat? It doesn't matter what your scales say. Let's stop even talking about them. How do you gain fat?
Eating too many calories.
Eating too many calories, and what else? How do we gain it faster and more efficiently? Sugar.
Insulin.
Yeah, there you go, Vicky. Insulin, the fat bus. That's a biological fact. Watch this. Can you have gained fat? Can this happen? Can you be 200 pounds and that day you have a holiday and you go to the Waffle House and eat smothered and covered hash browns and chili and just, binge eat, and then go to Dunkin' Donuts late at night, do all that, and get up the next morning? You're supposed to have 1,500 calories. You had 7,000 calories. Get up the next day and the scales say 199. Can that happen? Yep, and you gain fat. Are y'all seeing? You cannot listen to the scales. That's why we have a system. You journal your type day, and if you're honest about the type day you journaled, you lost fat. But I need to know. You can know. Calorie deficit. Nobody on this planet operates in a calorie deficit and controls insulin and gains fat. You can't do it. It's biologically impossible. To grow raw material, you have to have extra raw material. Am I making sense? So we don't want to think like that anymore. If we preach so many things hard and diligently, that's one that every class we could spend time on, because that's people are doing good and they quit over a perceived failing of either themselves or their diet. And that's not what's happening at all. In fact, it's not even by the day that this thing works. For those of you that love the deep dive and love data, let's say that I can have 2,000 calories a day. That's 14,000 calories a week. If I stay under 14,000 calories a week, I'm going to lose body fat if I'm controlling insulin. You don't even look at it by the day. That's like taking a Polaroid picture of me or your iPhone, you're snapping, and I'm looking like this. Do I always look like this? If y'all had any of those photos of yourself, you're like, oh my gosh. Or you're like doing this, picking your nose. And now somebody sees a snapshot of you and they think you're always picking your nose, right? So that's not what's happening. All right, that's not the full view. The scales don't give you a full view. So the reason I'm doing this, I need you to be with me for 6 months. 6 months. Okay, true or false? Looking at your combination chart, I actually picked my nose. I better be careful with that. I might pull something out of there that y'all don't need to see. If y'all had kids watching, they just would have loved that. All right, so here we go. we've got our combination chart, true or false. I can have the following. We're not in advanced topics. We're in fast track. I can have 6 ounces of ribeye steak, some broccoli, and a sweet potato. True or false? On a perfect day. Let me qualify that. On a perfect day.
No,
No, why not, Cindy?
because you cannot have a 4 and a 3 together.
Why not?
Because the 4 promotes, well, has extra fat to it, and the 3 is going to shoot your insulin up, and that's not a good combination.
Right. And you would
I
store
mean,
that.
that's not a good combination, but I mean, you don't want your fat up and introducing extra carbs. It's
Exactly.
spike. There's whoever said that word. Yeah, spike insulin. There you go.
Yep. So we all see this clearly, right? Because this applies to every one of these type combinations that I just listed. If I added corn instead of the potato, the same thing. The steak has protein that preserves muscle. It has fat that is satiating that I need, that's high in calories. Fat is already in the form of fat. That's why it looks like your love handle, right? Doesn't it? It kind of looks like your love handle, the steak fat. So we've got that. Then we have the broccoli, beautiful, exercise on the stalk. And we have the sweet potato, delicious and healthy. The sweet potato is carbohydrate. It elevates our blood sugar. There has to be an insulin response to bring that insulin down, to bring blood sugar down. And then insulin is a fat storage hormone. So you've got the presence of fat, and you've got the fat bus. Does it make sense to you that insulin attaches to the fat and drives it into the cell? What is insulin doing? Insulin, you've heard before, you're either insulin resistant or insulin sensitive. Your cells cannot handle the sugar and starch. So insulin is having to go to the cell to help get this blood sugar down so that our cells can be healthy, because that's death to the cell. But while it's doing that, it picks up the fat and puts it in those cells. Are you with me? So those combinations are not ideal to do more than occasionally. So we have efficient fat storage, even if I don't eat too many calories. And we also have greater storage if I eat fat later, even if I eat it the right way. Hence, it takes 2 days to get back into efficient fat burning when you have a holiday. How many times a month could I have a 12-ounce ribeye, sweet potato, and broccoli, and still be living the life and losing weight?
6 in weight loss and 12 in maintenance.
Beautiful. Is that enough?
Well, it sounds like enough, but I mean,
Best answer ever. It sounds like it, but it ain't. That's how I feel too. I want to eat what I want to eat when I want to eat it. When we get into maintenance for 12 days. So on the other days, it's not that I have to give it up. I just can't have the sweet potato. True or false? I can have 6 ounces of ribeye steak, green beans, butternut squash on a portion control plate. Yeah. What's wrong with that? Okay, let's keep going. I'll rattle them off a little faster. Can I have shrimp scampi in ghee butter, pinto beans? Not that I would, I'm just throwing out a combination. Say I'm at home and I got leftovers. Shrimp scampi, pinto beans, and squash.
yes.
I sure can. There's a 762 right down here. Beautiful. Can I have a boar's head maple glazed ham sandwich on category 2 bread with lettuce, a slice of tomato, approved mayo, plus an apple?
Yes.
You sure can. You sure can. I am not a diabetic. I'm in weight loss mode. Can I have a half a banana as a snack? No. I'm a diabetic. I'm in weight loss mode. My blood sugar drops. Can I have a half a banana? Yes. I'm in maintenance. I'm about to go work out. I haven't eaten today. I have no fuel and I'm in maintenance, about to go work out. Can I have a cup of grapes by themselves? Yep. Can I have a grilled chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A in a category 2 tortilla, wrap them up in my tortilla, put some shibboleth approved condiments, and have 2 kiwi fruits? Yeah, kiwis are kind of small. They're not that big. That would be fine. Can I do the following? Can I have chicken breast, long grain brown rice, and butternut squash? Yes. Which would be better? Salmon, quinoa, and broccoli, or salmon, long grain brown rice, and green beans?
The one with the quinoa.
Quinoa. They both work. So
I learned that in this class.
why would the quinoa be better?
Because of the way it breaks down versus the long grain brown rice.
Right. Yeah. Less insulin. Less insulin. That's always critical. Is the following the very best plateau breaker meal that I can come up with? On my portion control plate, I have 6 ounces of grouper sauteed in MCT oil with 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts.
Yes, that's doable.
That's a blowtorch meal right there. Blowtorch. Blowtorch. What about tell me which is better, A or B? Y'all just go A or B for weight loss. We won't do perfect holiday. Which is better for weight loss, A or B? An egg white omelet with spinach and fat-free cheese, or a Mighty Muffin?
A.
A. Which is better? I'll play your nutritional optometrist. Egg whites with spinach and fat-free cheese cooked in MCT oil, or egg white, spinach, and fat-free cheese cooked in PAM?
A.
Hey, that's right. Which is better? A turkey breast sandwich on -3 bread with lettuce and tomato, or turkey breast, lettuce and tomato in a lettuce wrap? B. Is this approved? True or false? Grilled chicken breast with Stubbs approved barbecue sauce and pinto beans and onions in the pinto beans.
Yes.
Good, Jennifer. Good deal. Can I do the following? Can I have 2 tablespoons of approved peanut butter in a category 2 tortilla? Yes. Can I put a palm full of blueberries in there with that peanut butter? Yes. Can I do the following? Can I have 2 approved snacks and 1 approved meal and be optimal in a 24-hour period? Yes. I think y'all got it, don't y'all? Good stuff. Any questions about meals or variety, anything that you're struggling with? We're going to go take our test. Anybody? Feel free to ask now while we're loading up this test.
I have a
Oh,
quick
but I'm here.
question. Oh, sorry. Like the vanilla, you mentioned on one other meeting, something about the vanilla protein to replace, like, you know, how you like creamer in your coffee.
Mhm.
And I didn't catch where to get it or what it is, but you were just talking about, because I need to kind of replace, because it has sucrose in it. I need to try to replace my coffee, my sugar-free coffee mate, whatever. And I wondered if you could repeat the name of that product again.
I use, I think you could probably use Premier if you don't like mine, but I use Advocare RTDs, French vanilla. I love those. I use those as my creamer. Turns your coffee into a really good help for your metabolism and muscle preservation. It's good. Advocare RTDs. It's called, it's their meal replacement shake in the ready to drink format, not the powder.
Travis,
Uh-huh.
can we not use just like a little bit of cream as long as it's under 50 calories in our coffee?
I wouldn't. 50 calories in coffee, unless it's straight protein, is not good for your weight loss efforts because that coffee's pre-digested. So when you're using 50 calories of creamer, you're picking up quite a few calories. You got to
I've
keep.
always done it though on this program and still lost weight. I lost
Yeah.
50 pounds, but I did it every morning. So
Yeah,
Uh,
let me share with you what I teach people privately and one-on-one, because we're talking to a group. That wouldn't work universally, but it can work for you. So like, as your shibboleth is meant to be personalized. So the whole approach is learn the foundation the right way that's taught the same and consistently. And then once you feel confident and comfortable, you can start playing with other things. And as long as it's working for you, we're not going to try to fix it. That's fine to do. But we also want you to remember, if you go through a time of frustration, to come back to the basics. Does that make sense?
yes.
Yeah. I'm not worried about you doing that, just as a general, the audience, because what we're doing, if you think about it, it's amazing. Because we're coming up with the standards so that, because all of us are going to be at different places in our walk with this, in our lifestyle, in our journey. And there's going to be times we hit a plateau. How do we diagnose and fix that? The only way to do that is to have a standard that we come back to. So if that gets to a point where you're like, what is going on? What is going on? We don't look at everything until we have that happen. Because like, when I started, I did a lot of things wrong, but I still lost weight. And a lot of it was because I was trying to tighten up so much. I was doing good, much better in other areas, so I kept the weight coming. But when I had hit a plateau, I had formed habits that worked for me between 300 pounds and 260. So then when I hit the plateau, I'm like, what's going on? That's when we can make the adjustment and come back to the strictness and the standard, which is coffee creamer, 15 calories or less, or an approved protein. powder or shake. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, but I wouldn't try to fix something that's not broke, not at all. But for someone else that, let's say that they're very insulin resistant, that might pose a problem for them because there's all these other underlying factors. So we get everybody back to the standard.
Okay.
Anybody else? Questions, comments? All right, so I'm in the Fast Track library. And we're going to do the quiz. Here's where we go. Everybody watching or whoever sees this in the future, you got to watch all these Fast Track videos. They don't take long to watch, and it goes over how to have the standard, how to have a perfect day. It will never fail you. Unless you're an artificial intelligent robot or an alien from another planet, in case y'all are listening, I don't understand your digestive systems. So I don't know about you, but human beings that are descendants of Adam and Eve, this works for everybody. When you say it's not working for me, something's wrong. Because it will work for you if you know the standard. So you've got your Fast Track videos. We go through the Fast Track, take the test, pass test, earn the badge. Then we're going to earn the badge. So let's see. Y'all ready? We have watched our Fast Track videos. What are the two shibboleth modes? Blue and purple, silver and gold, or weight loss and maintenance?
Weight loss and maintenance.
Yes. How many types of days are there in shibboleth?
3.
There's only 2. So
Oh.
when I say that, I know if you open up your Dropbox list that you see many. Those are all variations of a perfect day. The Bible says, I wish that were cold or hot. Now, you could have missed this question and not been wrong, but we're trying to point you to also the underlying philosophies that we think help with behavior modification. I wish that were cold or hot. Be thou perfect. There's only 2. We're either doing it right or we're doing it wrong as it relates to efficient fat burning. What are the 2 types of days? Fast or slow, good or bad, hot or cold, perfect or holiday?
Perfect or holiday.
Yep. How many holidays are you allowed in a calendar month in the weight loss mode?
Up to 6.
Up to 6. You get that chat up in case y'all are chatting and doing it. Ah, gotcha. How many holidays are you allowed in a calendar month in maintenance mode? Up to 12. Up to 12. Now, one of the things that I tell people all the time, let's say they're going on a cruise or summer vacation or whatever, you can be in weight loss mode and have more than 6 holidays. You just need to know you're approaching a maintenance level. But what I love about that is it's a season and your mind shouldn't be, I'm off the wagon. Does that make sense? You can be in weight loss mode and still take it easy for a few weeks because you got a lot coming up and have more holidays and not feel like you've jumped off the program and get down on yourself. So up to 12. Will that actually work? Yes. The problem with 12 holidays, when you start having that many, it gets easier and easier for your perfect days to get a little leaven in them. And the next thing you know, they're okay days. And that's where you started. Perfect's perfect, holiday's holiday. How many components are there to a perfect day? 12, 15, 2, or 6. There are 6. The 6th one always gets overlooked. Does anybody know what the 6th one is? Bless the name of the Lord at all times. Give thanks for every meal, right? Gratitude. What do you call all the components of a perfect day? Awesome, the Shibboleth 5, the Shibboleth rules, or the Shibboleth shield? The shield. What are the 6 components of a perfect day? I'll let y'all, if you can see my screen, I won't recite them. That's a lot of words. I think y'all know it, so I'll help you. Water.
Third one.
Yep, third one. There you go. Water, journaling, combinations, portions, timing, bless the name of the Lord. Again, what are we teaching you about nutrition right now? Nothing. That's the beauty of our program. It's not a diet. We're teaching a lifestyle, a way to live, an ethos, a creed. Do you see the difference? It's different because we're learning a lifestyle. How many perfect days does it take to get into EFB? 1, 2, or 3? 2. That's right. Sarah's on it. Water is the first component of the shield. What is the minimum amount of water you can drink to meet that requirement? There you go, 64 ounces. Optimally, how much water should you try to drink in a day? A gallon. To meet the journaling component of the shibboleth shield, how much of what you eat in a day do you need to journal? Everything you put in your mouth, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, only perfect meals.
Everything.
There you go. How many of you are doing that?
Oh, me.
A Travis question. If you drink your water, eat in the right combinations, eat the right portions, time your meals right, and you're thankful to God, but don't journal, is that a perfect day? Nope. And I'm guaranteeing you 99.9% of the people here that stop journaling will gain most of or all of their weight back. I have the data to prove it. Journal. How many categories of food do we use in shibboleth? 7. What is category 1?
Lean protein.
Amen. What category is 2?
Fibrous carb.
Fibrous carbs. I get some pushback occasionally from people who are in nutrition who say it's complex carbs, not category 3 is complex carbs, not energy. We say that in class. I call it energy so new people get complex carbs means these give me energy. We want to make it a good thing, right? But fibrous carbs is category 2. What is category 3? Just covered it, energy carb. What is category 4?
Protein plus fats.
Is chicken breast at Applebee's a category 1 or category 4?
4.
4. Is chicken breast at home off the grill a category 1 or category 4? It's a 1. Good. What is category 5? Fruit. What is category 6?
Superfood.
Superfoods. True or false? The healthiest and best nut or seed for weight management is a pistachio.
False.
I say true.
True. Yeah. It's the lowest calorie per weight. But you could make the case that other things are better from a weight management standpoint. That's just my philosophy because it's less calories and you can have more. So not a big deal. True or false? I can get flavored sunflower seeds in the shell, suck on them things, get the little nut out with my mouth, eat the little sunflower seed, and those are all freebies. The flavored ones like dill pickle flavored sunflower seeds in the shell. I can put them in my
Is that
mouth
true?
while I'm watching a baseball game. I'm sitting there and I can get the little seed out and I can do that all night and it's a freebie.
No.
True.
It is? Oh, wow.
That's true.
Wow.
You can't do them unshelled, but by the time you get that nut out of there, that little nut, I'd like to see if you do it with your mouth and not with your hand, you've done burn the calories off in it, I promise. True, true. What category is category 7?
Shellfish.
Shellfish. See what happens when y'all hang out with me? You learn all kind of cool things. Now you can be at the game instead of eating French fries and sunflower food and suck on them things for 3 hours while you watch your grandkid. Shellfish can also be used as a category what? Lean protein. When properly combining your meals, should you eat a category 3 energy carb by itself? When properly combining your meals, should you eat a 3 by itself? No. When eating properly combined meals, should you eat a category 5 antioxidant carb fruit by itself? No. When eating properly combined meals, if you're going to eat a category 3 or category 5, you must eat it with 2 other categories. Which of the following is the properly combined plate? 1, 2, 3, 1, 4, 3, 6, 2, 5.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna unpack this one for a little bit. So here's what we're talking about for new people. 1, 2, 3, chicken breast, squash, and sweet potato or white potato. That's a 1, 2, 3. We get the blood sugar elevation. That means we're getting a little bit of insulin. We slowed the blood sugar elevation because of the chicken and the squash. The protein and fiber slowed that down. We get very little insulin. The insulin's there, but there was no fat in the meal. Virtually no fat. Did that make sense? This is critical point. I know I've been talking a while, but these are the foundational things that will help you make eating decisions. Does that make sense? Why that worked? Okay. If let's say I've got chicken breast cooked in olive oil, and I've got squash, stewed squash, and I've got white potato, would that work? No. Why would that not work? I turned the 1 into a 4. Good job, Shirley. I turned the 1 into a 4 with the oil. I cook my chicken breast in MCT oil, have squash and white potato. Would that work?
Yes.
Yes. Here, category 1, 4, and 3. Can I do the following? On my portion plate, I've got a little chicken breast. I've got a little half a rack of ribs, fits on my plate nicely, and I have a big ear of corn on the other side of the plate. Could I do that? No. That's why that combination didn't work for a perfect day, because the corn, I get some insulin activity and I got the fat from the steak, the ribs in there. That's why that doesn't work. What if I did this though? What if I had the grilled chicken, 3 ounces of grilled chicken, 3 ounces of ribs, and then I had over on the side, I had some jicama fries. Would that work? Yeah, that would work. Then you got a category 2. Salt them down. They're really good. Taste like French fries. Category 6 plus 2 plus 5. I've got a superfood, a fibrous carb, and a 5. So here we have a half plate of pintos. I have some collard greens. And for dessert, I have watermelon. Would that work? So I've got pintos, collard greens, and watermelon. Would that work? This is a trick question. There's not a yes or no here, and here's why. That combination that I just gave you does not work. Because if those pintos had been anything other than pintos, that might have caused a problem because of the fruit. This, when you get into advanced, this is what we call a perfect pairing. All sixes wouldn't work here, but as you become advanced student, you would learn that this particular one worked from a nutritional standpoint. But for a new student, because there's so many things in category 6, they all aren't as lean as pintos. Does that make sense? So the right answer for this class is that won't work. Which of the following categories should not be eaten by itself? Fibrous, energy, protein plus fat, or superfood? One of these should not be eaten themselves.
Energy carb.
Yeah. So could I eat broccoli by itself? Yeah. Could I eat steak by itself?
Yes.
Yep. Could I eat black beans by themselves? All are terrific. Okay. For the most efficient fat burning potential, which category should you combine with a category 4 protein plus fat? 1, 2, 3, or 6? A 2. Could I do the following? Could I have chicken breast and steak, a 1 and a 4? Up here it says, could I combine a 1 and a 4 together and have a perfect meal? You can. We're just treating it like a 4. 1s are okay by themselves. 4s are okay by themselves. We're just knowing that there's a 4 on the plate. Can I have a big ear of corn by itself?
No.
If I have that ear of corn with a steak, I've got fat storage, correct? I need to get rid of the corn if I got a steak. All right, we'll keep going. Which of the following combinations is the proper way to eat a category 6? A 1, 2, 6, a 1, 3, 6, or a 2, 4, 6, or a 2, 5, 6? This stuff does get easier, y'all. We're not learning to ride a bicycle. We're learning to ride a motorcycle. Yeah, 1, 2, 6. Chicken breast, pintos, green beans, that kind of thing. What is the fastest fat burning combination listed here? 1, 2 MCT, 1, 2, 5, 4, 2 MCT, 6 and 1.
1, 2 MCT.
Yes. Now let's rank them. So that one comes in first place. What do you think would come in second place? One, 2 MCT is first place. What's second place? Got y'all on that one, huh? You're thinking. A 1, 2.
6 and a 1.
No.
Who said that?
Me.
You're
Vicky.
right. You're right. If I was looking to figure that out, oh, I got to go back to that. But if I was looking to figure that out, I would look at the weight loss meter. The average weight loss meter for a 1 and 6 is lower than the other. What would come in third place? Got 2 remaining, 1, 2, 5, and 4, 2 MCT.
A 4 and a 2.
4, 2 MCT. Is it optimal to put MCT with a 4?
Probably not.
It is not, but we did it here and that's okay. 1, 2, 5. Could I do this? Could I have an egg white and spinach omelet with cantaloupe and watermelon? Absolutely. Can you have meal replacements in the weight loss mode?
Yes.
Yes, we prefer it. When eating at a restaurant, you should consider all meat a category 4 protein plus fat. Yes. If you're eating a meal that is not properly combined, you are revving up the fat bus, can still have a perfect day, must not eat the rest of the day. You'll be okay. Revving up the fat bus. In order to have proper portions, what is the proper size plate for your meal?
6-inch.
6 to 8 inches. Question: if I have had weight loss surgery and I have to eat smaller meals and more frequently, can I have my meals on a 4-inch plate and have 5 eating episodes that day? Absolutely. When using the 2-hand rule for proper portions, if you can still see your food outside of your hands, you can still consider it a perfect meal. The answer is false, but if we're overthinkers, it's really true, because can I eat, the answer is false, but can I eat I have my chicken breast and green beans, perfect meal, took up the whole plate, but I'm not satisfied. Should be, but I'm not. Could I then eat 6 boiled egg whites and still have a perfect meal?
Yes.
Yes, because they're freebies. For optimal results, how many hours after you wake should you eat your first meal? One hour, but here's the thing, we've changed that. The science doesn't support that. Lisa, can you think about taking that out of there? When I refilm them, I won't be saying that. That's good, and that used to be the prevailing wisdom of nutritionists. It's no longer the correct answer. We're finding out actually right the opposite. How many approved meals are you allowed in a day? Up to 3 meals. In meeting the requirements for component 5 of the shield, how many hours should you allow between meals for optimization? 4 to 6. True or false? 4 to 6 hours gets you through the first 3 of 4 digestive phases. Very false. Very false. Very false. 4 to 6 hours might, if you're lucky, get you through the first 2 phases of digestion. That's why eating less promotes overall immune system wellness. It can take 8 to 36 hours to fully digest a meal. If you're unable to meet the exact requirements of component 5 of the shield, the timing, does that keep you from having a perfect day? No. That's the only rule you can mess up. And as long as you don't go over your rations for the day, the timing's not an issue. In meeting the requirements for component 5 of the shield, timing, should you graze between meals? Never graze. If you do graze on freebies, you still had a perfect day, but that's our habit. Even if you're grazing on freebies, those freebies will turn into Doritos eventually. Grazing's terrible. When eating properly timed meals, we have food options called freebies, extras, and snacks, but they should only be eaten in moments of weakness.
True.
True. The only oil you can cook with on a perfect day is 100% MCT oil. That's false. Does anybody know what the other at-home approved cooking oils are?
Yep. Ghee. Pam.
Two more.
Um, Water, coconut oil? Can we do
Okay.
coconut oil?
Coconut oil, one more. Starts with an H. Hemp oil. But that was a loaded question. True or false? I am approved at home to cook with vegetable oil.
That's definitely false.
That is definitely true.
Ah!
You just can't have a 3 or 5 with it. So that way, if you're at mama's and mama won't do the program and she's cooking in vegetable oil or canola oil or whatever, as long as you don't eat the 3 and 5, you weren't optimal, but you were safe. Does that make sense? It's not ideal, but we're living a lifestyle so that you can, but I like y'all's wrong answer better than the right answer. Let's use MCT, coconut oil, etc. Which of the following statements is incorrect regarding cooking oils? Cooking in olive oil is not approved. Ghee butter does not change the category of food. Using coconut oil does not change the category of your food. You can use any flavor 0-calorie cooking oil. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Cooking in olive oil is not approved. That is incorrect. You can cook with it, but you can't have 3s or 5s and shouldn't have 6s on that plate. Lisa, that last one says you can use any 0-calorie cooking oil. There's no such thing. So we need to say 0-calorie cooking spray. The fat bus causes fat storage to take place, increased appetite, and it stops EFB for up to 48 hours. The hormone responsible for all of this insulin, can we control it with the shibboleth shield? Yes or no? Yes. The fat bus is growth hormone, appetite accelerant, stores fat, destroys mitochondrial health. You got to keep consistently lower levels. Are you ready to get started in this practical, sustainable, and fun lifestyle? Yes or no? Yes. Submit. We got one wrong answer. Congratulations, you have completed your fast track to success and earned the badge. Wrong answer. For optimal results, how many hours after you wait? I think the right answer was 1 to 2 hours. So we put 1. But that's it. Good job. We got full access to the website. Yay. Good deal. All right. Did y'all learn anything today? Or was that a complete waste of your time? Anybody?
We learned.
Yeah,
Got
it's never a complete waste of our time.
Good. I'm glad y'all feel that way. Always, we're ever learning. And, even if you're not learning, you're being aware. You're keeping it top of mind, which is a big part of getting some results from your weight loss effort. Any fellowship, anything y'all want to share before we go? Questions for me? We do have today at 1 o'clock, Sandy and Charles's check-in. We'll text you. We'll be doing that today, some public coaching of them. At 2 p.m., we have our 10 to 12 ladies doing Battle Buddy weigh-ins. They'll meet with me and we'll do weigh-ins virtually. If you want to be a part of that program, you can get with Lisa. Lots of good stuff going on today. Tomorrow, we will do our We Fixed It class and we will do 21-day self-mastery orientation. Is everybody satisfied? Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Zoom. All right. We appreciate y'all. We'll close us out in a word of prayer. Hey, Lauren, thank you. We'll close out in a word of prayer. Pray for us. We'll be praying for you. Yes, the book. We said that thing was going to ship in June. You're going to have it in your hand in the month of June. Everything's going according to plan. If we look at all the obstacles and such, we said it would start shipping. I would ship like 10 of them a day starting in June. And we're going to get them in your hand this month. Everything's looking good. Looking good. Thank y'all for your patience. And we are working, it feels like working 5 jobs at one time. And y'all been with us every step of the way. And we appreciate you. Think you'll enjoy the book. The people that have read it and went through it with me said that they really liked it, and I'm hoping that y'all will. I think it'll be an amazing help, especially within the beginning with all the meal ideas. Lisa, we can give you a link to order it. Lisa can give you the link. We do have limited copies available of the book. So every so many you buy, that's just how it works. We're having to buy them in bulk. So we have limited copies. And there's the book link. It's close to 300 pages. Endless meal ideas. Rolodexed by the combination. Then we get out of the combinations and do pizzas and sandwiches and hamburgers and hot dogs and all kind of amazing ideas. All right, we'll close out in a word of prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in the earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen.
Amen.
Talk soon. Bye, everybody.